not new to this. All right.
So this is a very short essay that I wrote pretty recently, kind of thinking about asking myself the question, why am I here? Not like why am I here, but like why do I exist? I don't know how many of you all can confidently raise your hand and say, this is the reason I'm here. But I believe that the reason I'm here, that I exist, is to give and receive love. That's why I think I'm here.
Yeah.
So this is a short essay about exploring that idea. It asks this question, what is love? Love, which might be called the attraction of all things toward all things, is a universal language, an underlying energy that keeps showing itself despite our best efforts to resist it. It is so simple that it is hard to teach in words, yet we all know it when we see it. There does not seem to be an exclusively native, Hindu, Buddhist, Jewish, Islamic, or Christian way of loving. It seems that to give and receive love is simply a part of what it means to have existence. Apparently, one cannot be human without giving, receiving, and rejecting love. If humans were created in love, how can we be so different from one another? Are we really that different from one another? Do we really exist as a part of a system of winners and losers? And if so, which side are we on? And when this all ends, will we head upstairs or down to the pit? Will we really experience joy and singing or sadness and despair forever? And speaking of sadness, might there be a more Methodist, Lutheran, Presbyterian way of feeling sad? And what about Christian happiness? Most Christians I know swear it's the best kind. Might there possibly be a more Catholic versus a more Rastafarian way of experiencing what it feels like to walk in a sunlit forest holding your lover's hand? Or is there possibly an Orthodox way to hold someone when they're crying? There certainly does not seem to be a gay or a straight way of listening or being faithful or hurting. Nor does there appear to be a black or Caucasian way of hoping or despairing. But perhaps there are wise men that perceive the most spiritual way to watch their father die. Could the humblest lady who ever lived show me the most religious way to deal with my mother's third nervous breakdown? Or perhaps the most solemn preacher will show me how to see a person's pain. And who can teach me to care for a man's soul? We all know positive flow when we see it. And we all know coldness and resistance when we feel it. I would argue all the rest are mere labels. Meaningless words devoid of substance. Might the force of gravity, atomic bonding, orbits, cycles, photosynthesis, ecosystems, force field, electromagnetic field, sexuality, human friendship, animal instinct, and evolution all be revealing a supernatural energy, which is always attracting all things and beings to one another? Is it possible that this energy is simply love under many different forms? What if we called it God's will or power? Might these words make more sense to us? What if we called it reality? What would it look like to move beyond our egos, past our small-minded uniformity and our petty notions of exclusivity? What if we gave up separation and superiority and control? Love is and forever will be a paradox, perhaps the paradox. And acting in love will often involve making a clear decision. But at its heart, it is not a matter of mind or willpower, but a flow of energy willingly allowed and exchanged without requiring payment in return. Love accommodates and allows everything in the human experience in a way that nothing else can. Love is simply the most powerful and mysterious force in the universe. Thank you.
And that essay, I love. That was beautiful. That was very well written. Thank you so much, David, for sharing. I'm really glad all of y'all came. It looks like that's all of our artists for tonight. So without further ado, I will dismiss everybody. Enjoy, be safe, get home safely. Happy New Year. I don't know if I said that at the beginning, but Happy New Year. And thank you so much for coming. We'll be back here next first Wednesday of February, so I think that's February 5th at 7:30 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you.